Yukiki might just be the most important character in the Mario Galaxy movie. Because without Yukiki, you bye-bye goes the story. I'm not kidding, if this little punk hadn't stolen Toad's backpack, Peach would have been screwed, Rosalina would have died, and the entire universe would probably be obliterated. And yet, that's just a small part of a much larger problem. Because practically everything that happens in the Gateway Galaxy is the result of happenstance or coincidence, rather than being character motivated. Let's go down the list. Because when Peach and Toad end up at the Gateway Galaxy, there just happens to be a missing person alert for Rosalina, along with a seedy underbelly to the planet ruled over by the one guy who happens to know where Rosalina is, who just so happens only mentions Rosalina because Princess Peach is a princess herself, but Peach and Toad only discover any of this because Toad's backpack is randomly taken by Yukiki, who just so happens to work for Wart in the first place. Then, it just so happens that there's an ace pilot here who'll take them to exactly where they need to, but only because his own warp drive broke and brought him here in the first place, and that Toad has a cash on hand to pay him. And then on top of it all, during the 5-minute window before they leave, Mario and the gang just happen to show up just in time before Fox takes off? Which makes absolutely no sense at all considering his portion of the story appears to take way longer than Peach's does. And all of these coincidences take place within what's collectively a 10-minute or so sequence. And if any of them hadn't happened, Peach would have been screwed. If Toad's backpack isn't stolen, game over. If Wart isn't at the casino, game over. If Fox McCloud isn't there, game over. If Toad doesn't have the coins on him, game over, man! It's game over! And that's not even to mention that all of this could have been avoided if Luma had just sent Peach to Bowser Jr.'s planet in the first place, instead of inexplicably sending them to the Gateway Galaxy first. Even though Luma knows exactly where Bowser Jr.'s planet is, because he just came from there. It's all the more frustrating when you realize that this entire segment is basically lifted from Star Wars, only without the connective tissue. Think about it. Rosalina is Princess Leia, Gateway Galaxy is Mos Eisley, Wart is Jabba the Hutt, and Fox is Han Solo. But in that case, Luke and Old Ben went to the spaceport with a specific purpose, to find a pilot. Whereas in Mario Galaxy, Peach has no plan. She doesn't know where to go or who to talk to or that anyone even has any information for her at all. She's only at the Gateway Galaxy because Illuma sent her there for reasons? Now this might be something you didn't even consciously notice.
But your brain did.
Because the movie works fast to cover this oversight by immediately having Yukiki steal Toad's backpack before the characters have the chance to do anything there. Which again is why he's the most important character in the movie. Yeah, he's a load-bearing Yukiki. Because without him, Peach would have been stuck twiddling her thumbs. In fact, Peach even tried to stop Toad from chasing him. And had she been successful, game over. But once again, as I've done in prior videos, I think this too could have been pretty easily fixed. Not only to remove the over-reliance on coincidence, but to give our characters actual agency. And a big part is just slightly retooling Fox McCloud's role, who is obviously the coolest guy in the galaxy. I mean, check out that visor. But can you play video games on them like I can with VITURE Beast XR glasses, the sponsor of today's video? Have you heard of these? You can just connect them to your smartphone or game console, then throw them on to watch movies or play games on the biggest virtual display out there with crystal clarity. It's like having an IMAX screen they can carry around with you anywhere, at a coffee shop, on the subway, at church. Point is, after getting used to a giant virtual display with these, it's really hard going back to playing a tiny screen like this. And it's super customizable too. You can change how far or how close the screen appears to be. You can change the size of the screen, to small to way bigger, to the point you actually have to move your head around to see. You can even choose where it stays in virtual space, thanks to the built-in 3 degrees of freedom motion tracking, which even allows you to look around while the screen stays put. Furthermore, there's no need to worry if you wear glasses, because you can outfit the Beast with custom lenses based on your prescription, which ensures you won't have to wear your normal glasses at all. In fact, I can see perfectly fine through the lenses in this now. And despite its name, the Beast is super light and super easy to use. So if you want to pick up a pair of VITURE Beast XR glasses for yourself, just click on my link in the description below. Heck, maybe even Fox McCloud should think about upgrading.
That was the coolest dude I've ever seen.
Now, before we get into how we change Fox, there's one other thing we need to fix first. Why Peach and Toad go to the Gateway Galaxy in the first place? Because the movie provides zero explanation. And this could easily be fixed with a single line or two from Luma. You know, like something about how Bowser Jr.'s planet moves around, it could be anywhere near Gateway Galaxy. Or maybe just that the Luma forgot the exact location but knew that Gateway Galaxy was somewhere nearby. Especially as there's a ton of pilots there who might be able to help. Really, just anything to give our heroes an actual clear purpose for going there. And speaking of which, once they get there, I would actually introduce Fox a lot sooner. Because in my version, the moment that Peach sees a missing alert for Rosalina, she would immediately start asking anyone nearby if they know anything about her. But just when it seems like no one knows anything about this, she hears this.
I may be able to help. And who are you?
I'm Fox McCloud, leader of the legendary Star Fox team.
Wow, that was a lot.
Wait, you know where Rosalina is? Can you take us there? Can we leave right now?
Whoa, cool your jets, Princess 20 Questions. First, I don't fly for free, and I doubt you have the cash for it. Second, I never said I knew anything myself, but I know who probably does.
Who?
The boss of the underworld. I overheard him on my ship radio talking about a kidnapped princess.
So how do we find this guy?
The monkey works for him. Follow him, you'll find your guy.
What monkey is he talking about?
Maybe that one.
As she spots a monkey stealing someone else's belongings. But this time, instead of a chase sequence, I would make it so they stealthily follow him to the hidden entrance instead, through the bar and all the way to Wart's casino. Which wouldn't just add a fun sense of mystery to this segment, making it almost a little noir-ish, but it also makes Peach look more motivated and strategic, rather than being entirely reactionary and going guns a-blazing. And that sense of character-driven action will continue into the next sequence, when Peach and Toad arrive at the casino. Because this time, instead of Wart nonsensically bringing up Rosalina first, Peach will be the one to broach the subject, since she already knows that he knows something about her. And so that could go something like this.
Hey, you run this place?
Yeah, that's me. What do you want?
I've heard you know something about a missing princess.
Princesses are quite valuable, but I don't know anything about a missing princess. But missing princesses is a different story.
And that's when we see Claw Grip wrap his claw around her.
You really don't want to do that.
Or what?
And then the rest would play out just as it does in the film. Only this time, after defeating Wart and getting the information he knows about Rosalina out of him, Peach would then pick up some of the coins that were scattered about on her way out. I mean, this is a casino after all, and she just won big, which wouldn't just be a final screw you to Wart, but it would also help explain how they're able to pay for Fox to take them to Bowser Jr.'s planet next. Granted, it's a small detail, but I feel it helps tie everything together a little bit better, especially as the casino setting is way too perfect not to tie into paying off Fox McCloud. In any case, my version may still not be perfect, but I think it does accomplish at least 3 things. 1, it gives Peach far more agency. Instead of having her and Toad just luck into everything, like having their backpack stolen, she actually has to put in some light detective work in order to find and interrogate Wart, who, remember, she didn't even realize had information for her originally. Second, as a result of this, the information comes to her and us a lot more organically too, as it only makes sense that a mercenary like Fox would be clued into the seedy underbelly of Gateway Galaxy, or that Peach would be the one to pull the information out of Wart rather than him randomly divulging it first. And 3, by introducing Fox earlier, we can tie his motive for getting paid into Wart's casino, which isn't just a nice way to button up that whole segment, but it also makes his place in the story feel more natural too, rather than being a borderline Deus Ex Machina at the exact moment that Peach needs him. Woo, so after all that, I just have one question.
What do you think?
About my fixes, that is. Let me know in the comments below if you liked what I did here. And if you want to see even more, make sure to click that subscribe button and ring the bell. Plus, check out my prior videos on the matter where we fixed up Yoshi and Peach in other ways too. And with that, thanks for watching, we'll catch you later. Bye everyone.